What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with yet again another perfume experience. And today I have a perfume wars iteration for you. It's gonna be designer versus niche versus artisanal. And in the designer category, I have none other than Dior Homme Intense. And for the niche category, I have none other than Interlude Black Iris Man by Amouage. And for the artisanal, we have Iris Ghalia Perfume by Ensar Oud. Now, for this perfume war iteration, I'm not going over the notes. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray the perfumes and compare them to each other. They're all great in their own way, but right now what I want to do with you guys is figure out really who's got the iris note down to a T, okay? So let's get started. So I'm gonna start off by applying Dior Homme Intense. I'm gonna do it here. Yeah, I don't really need a lot. I've had this bottle for over 10 years, you guys. Maybe even, actually, yeah, more. Right, next, actually let me take a, oh yeah. Wow. This never gets old. It never ever gets old, this perfume. And this is the Dior Homme Intense, not the Dior Homme Parfum. There's a difference. Apparently the Parfum is actually even better than this. I wouldn't be able to tell you because I haven't been able to score a bottle. But the Dior Homme Intense is just, yeah. Woo. All right, where do I want this? You know what? I'm gonna do this one right here on the wrist. So this is the Amouage. Oh yeah. This is gonna be tough. I mean, listen. God, man. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Oh, really? It's really late at night here. I do not need to mess with my brain like this. Wow. Initially, I was gonna say Dior Homme, but Amouage is really. Wow. Okay. Well, let them kind of air a bit more on my skin. Last but not least, the artisanal Iris Ghalia by Ensar. I'll put this one right here. All right. Oh wow, this one is greasy. Why do I do this to myself? Whoa. Yeah, the musk in here is... Okay. Wow. Okay. So here's the first comment. All of them get the iris note perfectly, but the Amouage and Ensar Oud get more of the powdery, dark facets of the iris relative to Dior. And that shouldn't really surprise us. You know, with the designer, you're getting a much more refined product versus the niche and the artisanal. Out of all three, the Dior Homme comes across as the lightest. Lightest not in the sense of performance or just the density, rather just the way the iris is formulated here, it's cleaner, okay? In Amouage and Ensar, in Amouage it comes across a bit more dirtier, so in Ensar there's a bit more of an animalic quality to it, and that's obviously product of some of the other resins and animalic notes in there, but nonetheless, even the iris is just much more raw and wild. Concentration wise, you're getting the most iris, obviously, with Ensar, okay, hands down. Followed second by Amouage and third by Dior Homme. You definitely, with Ensar, get an edgy, wild, raw iris. With Amouage, you also get a bit of that, but it's a bit more refined, more contained in terms of that animalic facet. And with Dior Homme, it's straight up clean. It just doesn't have any of those animalic facets. It's a very clean iris note. I mean, listen, they're all great in their own right. Yeah, listen, I hate that I have to do this because I'm gonna get a lot of "I told you so" in the comments, but if I had to rank these, okay, Ensar Oud most certainly comes first. The iris in here, quantity wise and quality wise, is just insane. Insane, I mean. And even in terms of performance, and that is shocking to me, it's always shocking to me when I compare artisanals to niche and designers. I'm getting more performance out of this just in terms of how much iris is being projected, okay? Yeah, I mean, so much iris in this, you guys, okay? Second place, it's gonna be Amouage Interlude Black Iris Man for sure. And this actually has this sort of sour acidic note, and I find that with Dior Homme Intense it also has it. So Amouage and Dior share that in common, that sour note in there, which I actually find it very pleasing. I think it complements the iris. But in terms of the iris note similarity, Amouage and Ensar Oud are a bit similar there, with obviously Ensar Oud being way more refined. And to continue with the ranking, with the third place is gonna be Dior Homme, okay, which is heartbreaking for me because Dior Homme was one of my earliest perfumes, and it's been a favorite for a very long time and still is. But yeah, it's with Dior Homme and Tons, you definitely are smelling that European DNA. It's unmistakably European French. Then you come to Amouage, you're getting this Middle Eastern Omani incense quality, which is very common in Omani perfumery and Oman-based scents because they have a lot of frankincense out of Oman. So that shouldn't be a surprise. And you go to Ensar. And Ensar is just so much iris. It is just, it hits you in the face. I mean, initially when I sprayed, I got the animalic of the musk. There's oud in this also. But the amount of iris in this, it's just so much iris. Like when you smell Amouage and Dior next to it, they just pale. They pale. Wow. C'est très magnifique. My God. I'm in love. I am in love. I love Iris so much. I mean, wow. A lot of the times I find with the artisanal, in particular from Ensar Oud, because I have most of my collection from him, is that eventually I get bored with it because I end up applying a lot of it and a lot of the perfumes, and I don't really start to have an appreciation for the craftsmanship until I do comparisons like these. Listen, Ensar Oud is a very polarizing house. You either love him or hate him, and some people have reservations around the marketing and sales tactics. Yours truly is one of these people. But I hate to say it, it's 10 out of 10. I mean, they just, and Dior and Amouage by no means are sloths either in their perfumery. They're amazing, but the artisanal just captures the essence of an iris so perfectly, and the concentration of iris you're getting is just second to none. You are getting a ton of iris. It's just so much iris. I mean, yeah, again, if I had to rank him again, it's going to be Ensar Oud in first place, followed by Amouage, followed by Dior. Now, does that mean Ensar is better than the other two, or one of the other? One over, or either of the others is better? No, it's just very different style of perfumery governed by concentrations of iris. Okay, the artisanal has the highest concentration, followed by the niche being Amouage and the designer being Dior. I mean, they're just, listen, each one of them is perfect. I have not a single bad thing to say about any of them. I love iris in all forms, okay? If I had one versus the other, I'd be content and happy. What is gonna come down to, okay, it's late at night, you guys, I'm trying to get my brain working. What is gonna come down to is your budget and how adventurous you are when it comes to finding out more about Iris and delving deeper into the world of Iris and getting to experience different variations of Iris, okay? And yeah, I'm very, very grateful and privileged at the same time to be able to experience all three. I don't take that for granted. And as an Iris lover, listen, this is. Oh my god, this is just wow. So yeah, they're all perfect, you guys, and just not to, make this longer than it needs to be. Yeah, they're all fantastic. You can't go wrong with any of the three. If you can get the three, get all of them. If you can only get one and money isn't an issue, go for the Ensar Oud. If you only can get one and money is an issue, get Dior. If you can only get one and you have a budget, but also you don't want something that's artisanal where it's not very pragmatic, but you also don't want to smell very designer and common, you want something a bit special, sophisticated, then Amouage is your go-to, okay? With that said, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. As per usual, I very much appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.